All right, so it's day 8 of 420 of putting at least something on my YouTube um, page, and I'm going to do something tonight. That's the actual announcement. I'm going to film something. Problem is, like now, it's I watched something. There's so many problems, but the good thing about problems, they have solutions. A problem, social media has become almost an addiction in the sense that I can go thinking that I can go and try to figure out like resource, like not like just get ideas. I know that I have to start clipping because that's the easiest way to be consistent is to make commentary on something else that's already put out there. It's just easiest. So I want to get into that. So I know that's on me to do, but I also, from previous experiences in life, understand I can't stop. I shouldn't stop. TikTok is just, it's become overwhelming, in a crazy way, in the sense that it's a very social based community, and that's how you grow big because people like your videos, start to follow you, but they reach out, so you got to reach out back. You got to reach out as well. So that's a whole thing, and part of me wanted to not even respond to people or anything for like 3 months, just create. But in the same breath, if I'm in it, there is a blueprint, and like not following the blueprint is kind of stupid. Excuse me, I had a beer. See, like I'm running. My reality is this: I truly have to become a different human being, an almost unrecognizable human being, but I almost have to do it. It's not instantly because I've been working on it, but now it has to be like complete and utter forwardness, like as in not accepting stoppages. Like I can fall, but if I fall, I'm getting back up. I'm not gonna brush myself off and bitch and moan about falling and give it a moment to pause and stuff. That's not my life. If I fall on this race of where I want to be in my life, if I make mistakes, I get back up and I move forward immediately. There is no time for pauses. A year has gone by, and it's only at the end of the year that I've started to put out material because I got caught in a mental state of just getting by. The mediocrity thing ways is a complete habit with the financial burden that having a place and child support and all these things, expenses, I got caught up with just getting to that, maintain this. I have my girls, maintain this, find a way to maintain it. And that's not what the mental mindset should be. It's be surpass it. Surpass this. So this is not a stress, but I have to, when I have to become a different person, I really do. And it's hard because I can't. I am uncomfortable with the way my apartment looks right now. I want to straighten up, but I'm like, there are no excuses. Like the reality of it, like I was looking at the kitchen because I made dinner, and it's just when you look at it and there's so much, you get overwhelmed. And I know one of my major rules is you can't take today's problems into tomorrow, because as soon as you start doing that, you're lost. You've lost, because now you have tomorrow's problems with yesterday's problems, and these are all things just add up, and then you get anxiety and you freeze up, and now all of a sudden you're just putting things aside. So you can't do that. You have to tackle problems while they're small problems. Not the easiest for me because like I'm gonna go to my doctor and talk about stimulants, like Adderall, things like that. I don't know. But if it can allow me to turn my focus to one specific thing with a laser focus and not sway, sorry, not a fucking divert to something else, and it only makes sense to try it. Because in reality, I have to be uncomfortable with the way this is, like, just my life is the way it is, like the way I am. I am uncomfortable with it, but it's hard to explain. And since I understand I've come a long way, but I haven't come a long way in a fast enough speed. I lose myself in just getting by, and in just getting by, you forget one of the major lessons of life, and one of the major lessons of life is that there is no tomorrow. You can't live your life like tomorrow's coming. But I digress. I was talking about the kitchen, and the kitchen is, I realized I made tofu for my eldest, because she likes tofu. But it was sitting out on the counter. I looked at all the mess, and it just got like overwhelming. And I said to myself, put the tofu away. Like, in the sense that at least that's not there. It's like everything should be attacked in small increments, in small things. So when I'm attacking the kitchen, don't look at the whole thing and get overwhelmed because there's so much and I want to record and all this stuff. Don't get overwhelmed. Attack small things and keep attacking small things, and those small things add up. But it's easy to forget when you look and you're like, finances, like the reason why I know exactly what I have to do to make myself better, but it's throwing myself into fucking fire. To look at my expenses every day and every morning, to start my day with that, is going to be a major. I have to take deep breaths and do it, because it's not gonna be fun. It's just gonna look at it and it's gonna be depressing, but it's changeable. My finances and all that stuff is completely in my realm of possibility of changing. Like, I can change my financial standing with consistency and pursuance of things that I think are valid and can be useful to other people and useful to myself. But the fear, it's not even fear, it's I don't know how to lock in and stay locked in. Like, when I go back to bed, like I have to do tonight's routine. I have to have a routine for myself, so that when I do have the girls and they're staying here more, I can adapt and have a routine for them. If I don't have a routine, how can I put a routine in place on anyone else? I have to put routines in place on my girls. Like, that's best for their development. I'm not gonna go into study show and all that shit, whatever. I want to be the best parent I can be, and I've always been a learn by experience sort of thing with that. I will listen to an audiobook. Will I sit there and read a book? No, because I feel like parenting is when you're having trouble, you absolutely should be reaching out, like getting opinions, and at all times you can always listen to other parents, and it helps. Because times when you feel isolated, like, oh my God, my kids are all kids like this, then you find out, yes, all kids at times are dicks, because they're kids. Right? So, yeah, it's gonna happen. And you find a way, the best way to deal with it. Like, how do I deal with tantrums of a 4-year-old that is so stubborn, she will unbuckle herself as you drive it. It's a fun one. Fun to deal. That's fun to deal with. Yeah. So, like, she hasn't done it on the highway, thank God. It's always in like a neighborhood, and she's throwing a tantrum because she wants something that she wants. I'm like, no, you're not getting that. It's like, I'm unbuckling myself. Yeah. Until you learn how to deal with that as a parent. Looking on my floor, I gotta sweep. I got so much to do, and that becomes overwhelming because then I'm like, the whole thing is a whole organizational mind that I don't have. Like, my phone has like 7 pages of apps. Like, that's just an ADHD thing. Must be like, I cannot. It's ridiculous. So yeah, no, I got to stop recording this because I have to get into record mode. But then, like, the record mode is. So let me talk briefly about that. What I want to record tonight is it's a paternal experience, father experience. I bought my girl's kaleidoscope. I don't. See if one of them's right here, where I can easily just friggin' show whoever's watching this my kaleidoscope that brought me nightmares. I have to break out a new one. How does a kaleidoscope give you nightmares, you might ask? Well, I will tell you. Well, here's the kaleidoscope right here. Here it is, right? Nice. Bought this from my girls. These kaleidoscopes are awesome. But this is a collapsible kaleidoscope, right? See, it can collapse, right? You can see that. Well, one morning I came around the corner, and kid number one had this in her mouth, this end, and she was just collapsing it, and it didn't look good. Let's just put it that way. It didn't look good. It did things. You want to scratch, like you want to scratch it out of your head, but your head did it, and you can't undo what your head did. And the envisions. So, I'm going to do a thing on that. It's going to take some courage because it takes you to places, because it literally made my soul cry a little bit. A lot of it. Like, so, and I'm going to make a funny thing about that. About this here kaleidoscope. And, yeah. So stay tuned for that. That's coming as well. Tonight. But I have to get off this. And then I'll post this. And then I'll post it. But I'll post again tonight. And you will get that as well. Thinking big, taking big boy steps. It's time to stop with this baby step bullshit. It's time to move. It's time to make some shit happen. I got people who love me. I am blessed in friendship. I am blessed in family. I am blessed in my 3 blessings. My 3 truest blessings. My daughters, they are amazing. They are amazing. And I take every opportunity to soak up the love that I can. And as crazy as they can be, as nutty as they can make life, I want as many moments as I possibly can. It's the truth. Where is it? Sign me up. But I gotta make this I gotta do it. I gotta do it. If I don't do it, then I'm not doing anything. If I'm not doing anything, then I'm not doing. If I'm not in the purpose of do, then what is being done? Nothing. So do on. Keep doing. Do until the do is done. And when the done is done being done, you can do more because you can go on and continue to do. Just do. All right. Remember, love is a superpower.